Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here, this time reviewing on issue 2 of Ultimate Enemy. Now, as you know, Ultimate Enemy is part of a big series known as Ultimate Comics Doomsday, which had titles like Ultimate Enemy, Ultimate Mystery, and Ultimate Doom. And pretty much I did review the first issue of Ultimate Enemy, and the cover mainly has Nick Fury with his guns blazing. And then let's get on with the story. It starts off how, Ultimate Johnny Storm is talking to Ultimate Peter Parker about selling his likeness for some action figures, which Peter doesn't want. And of course, they see the whole town is in another war zone, and they're like, oh my god. And we see Ultimate Nick Fury trying to survive whatever the threat is, and trying to gun it down, saying, but damn, the doodad of man ain't gonna last forever. Not with all this. Gotta do something. And of course, gets ready for whatever the threat is, and says, hey punk, you got something you want to say to me? And of course gets blasted, and ends up in a clothing store, which he tells everyone to get out, and gets ready for his next load, and says, just me and you. But of course, Ultimate Peter and Johnny Storm show up to help out, which they don't know who this creature is, and say, yo, exactly. Get out, run. And of course, they see that the threat's now gone, and they're like, where'd he go? Did anybody see where he went? So of course, Ultimate Nick Fury shows up, and Peter's a bit confused as he's wondering why he's still alive. Now, keep in mind that in one of the Ultimate comics, which had them meeting the Squadron Supreme, Nick Fury was sent to their universe, and of course in Ultimatum, he was brought back. So of course they asked did he do this, and said, no kid, but realised that something's not right, and Johnny Storm feels something in his gut, and sees that the Baxter building is under attack. And keep in mind, after the events of Ultimatum, the Fantastic Four split up. And of course, Johnny Storm goes, Susie! And they realise that Johnny Storm is trying to rescue his sister. And of course, Ultimate Finn tries to rescue Sue, and says, damn weird smelling piece of... and tries to battle the creature. Basically, Johnny Storm flies into the heart of the beast, and sees that Sue is trying to hold her own, and says, I'm okay, Johnny, but I'm damn glad you were here, baby brother. And of course, tries to help her the best he can. And of course, Ultimate Ben Grimm tries to punch down the creature, but the creature eventually gets defeated. And they see that Sue has contained it, but wondering what's inside of it. And they see that the Baxter building has been totally annihilated. And basically, Johnny Storm's wondering what the hell was it, and what's really going on. And Sue says, I don't know, but Reed Richards will. And of course, we see Ultimate Spider-Woman heading back to her apartment, who is working for Roxxon, but trying to find out more about this shady company. And of course, turns on the TV, checks out the news report, hears someone coming, and quickly hides. And of course, they realise it's the same creature that attacked Ultimate Nick Fury. And we see her trying to get out by the inch of her teeth. And we see her managing to get out just in time and surviving. We also see that Ultimate Johnny Storm, Ben, and Sue realise to their shock and horror that Reed Richards and his family got blown to Kingdom Comes, and they learn that no one survived, and it turns out that his parents were living under a fake name, and that they were moved here. So of course Peter learns to his shock that Aunt May could be the next target, and says, "Does anyone have a phone?" And of course we do see Ultimate Gwen Stacy and Ultimate Iceman basically doing homework. And keep in mind that in Ultimate Comics Spider-Man, Ultimate Johnny Storm and Bobby Drake ended up living with him after the events of Ultimatum. So of course Aunt May gets a phone call and says, "Honey, I can't hear you. Calm down. What happened?" And this is the story. So, in my opinion, Ultimate Enemy 2, issue 2, is an okay issue. It builds up an interesting suspense, and if you've read the other Ultimate comics, then there is more truth about what happened to Ultimate Reed Richards than there is. And I think this issue deserves a thumbs up. Still good, and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.